Welcome to Paul's Heart. I'm Paul, author of the book Paul's Heart Life as a Dad and a 35-year cancer survivor, available on Amazon. Today I want to talk about hair. Hair during cancer treatments is one of the most difficult and one of the most talked about side effects when going through treatments. Forget the nausea, forget the discomfort, the sleepless nights. Dealing with the hair loss is one of the most difficult to deal with. Why is that? Because hair is our identity. It protects us. It keeps others from seeing that something is wrong with us. We can pick people out who are sick as far as when they're dealing with hair loss. And we don't want that because we feel we're being judged. We're going through enough going through treatments and going through cancer. We don't need more thrown at us. So we don't want the stares. We don't want to imagine what people are saying about us and what we're going through. And the hair gives that away. When I was diagnosed back in 1988, I asked my oncologist, should I start working on cutting my hair shorter and shorter and shorter to get used to it, to get used to the bald look that I was eventually going to have. And his attitude towards that was, don't bother with it. He goes, your hair is going to fall out. Why pay for it? And after about 2 weeks, I was a little overconfident because I hadn't lost any hair yet. I thought the hair loss was going to happen just like that, and it didn't. But after about 2 weeks, it fell out in a very quick and rude way. On my pillow, in the shower, in my hairbrush. I wrote about that in my book, what it was like. Back in 1988, we didn't have anything other than wigs or hats or do-rags to wear, whereas today I believe you have something called a cold cap. I'm not sure exactly how that works, but I see plenty of cancer patients, wearing that when they're going through their treatments. The one thing that you have to understand about this hair loss, and I didn't realize it initially till about 5 months, 5 months into my treatments. While the chemotherapy was killing hair cells, new hair cells were growing at the same time. Now, I happen to have a very thick head of hair, so I didn't actually lose all of it. I ended up with some of my shorter hairs sticking around. I didn't lose my eyebrows, much to the chagrin of everybody around me. Did not lose the nose hairs. My facial hair did not fall out, except for where I was radiated. That still has not come back. But yeah, the bulk of my hair did go. But underneath that hair, I could see little tiny stubble, peach fuzz, if you will, growing. Because as my hair cells were dying, new hair cells were growing. And it just took a while to notice it. And it wasn't much longer after I was done with my chemo, probably in about 5 or 6 months, my head was covered. The hair was still short, but the hair was coming back. And it is what you see right now. This is all real hair. And I've kept it this way for a long time, and I do that for a reason. Even much like I do with my doctors and my other caregivers, I have one person that I trust to take care of my hair. It's just like with my caregivers. I don't want to have to explain my story over and over again why my hair is this long. I also don't want to take a chance on somebody different who thinks they can handle it and can't. I found somebody who does it the way that I want it, and it's done that way every time. I do keep my hair long for a reason, because of radiation therapy that I went through. Though they handle radiation treatments much differently today. But back in 1988, there was hardly any protection used with me with radiation exposure. So what they did do was they did protect my spine. So what happened is, and I'll see if I can turn around if you can see it. Um, if this works. You can see that I have what I refer to as my skunk tail. Okay, it's a little stripe of hair that goes down the back of my neck where my spine is. But on the other sides is still bald. And that's damage from the radiation therapy. That has not grown back. So if I don't keep my hair long like this, if I keep it short, the hair that is there in the back spreads out, exposing that bald area. And I don't like that. No, I can't see it. So why does it bother me? I just know that it's there. So I keep my hair long like this to make sure that that stays covered up. My point is the hair loss is temporary and your hair will grow back, male or female. I know it's harder for females, but trust me, it's just as hard for men. Although, from a practical sense, when I was going through my treatments, I was going through it during the winter months in Pennsylvania, and it was not fun having flakes of snow hit bare skull. That was painful. So I learned to wear a hat when I was outside, and that was also to protect the rain hitting it too, because that was just as painful. But anyway, hair loss is temporary, and the hair is growing back almost immediately when you're going through your treatments. And it will grow back, and it'll look just as wonderful as you had it before. Until next time, this is Paul's Heart.